Look! Up in the sky! It's a bird! No, wait, it's a plane! No, wait, it's plain old me. And I'm using wingtip metaphors and similes just so I can say how you make me feel a particular way. See, I'm hoping that my words soar and veer sky high near the damn atmosphere, doing lyrical loop-de-loop, little plane with a banner attached to the rear, or one that puffs smoky patterns of poetry so that you get my message clear. But I'm clumsy when I speak. So instead of smooth loop-de-loops, it's like I hit eject and deployed my parachute, and now my words are crash landing in your ears. Oh dear. Like instead of saliva, I've only got static in my mouth, so anything clever that I might say sounds like over and out. And you're left wondering, what the fuck was that all about? When I'm trying to get through with an urgent message about how I felt about my life before I met you. I used to be scared of flying. Well, more like scared of that little part about possibly dying, so on planes I would try to sleep. Or at the very least, I'd just squeeze my eyes tight so I could avoid being present to witness the descent should I have an accident mid-flight. And that's how I felt about my life. Like a long flight that I had to endure, where I always felt nervous and a little unsure. I could never relax and just chill, sit still, and enjoy the absolute thrill of soaring. I just found it all long and uncomfortably boring, and at the same time, my mind would be filled with thoughts of each and every way that I could end up being killed. And it would build and build and build like pressure in a cabin. I felt sick from the moment I strapped in, like, click, oh shit. I'm trapped. We're all in the air and there's no looking back, so I try to fall asleep and let it all fade to black. Just forget about the numbness in my feet, the tension in my teeth, that overwhelming feeling of having to pee but not getting the aisle seat. And the guy next to me that did, well, now he's fallen asleep. I could never look out of the window at all the beautiful sights that were down below, no. I could only focus on all the dangers and that claustrophobic feeling of being surrounded by perfect strangers who, by the way, probably feel exactly like I do. But just because you're beside me doesn't make me want to confide in you like, hey, it's okay. I'm frightened too. But we're all in this together, right? I'm more like, yo, if we go down, I'm not gonna drown. I'm using one of these motherfuckers as a flotation device. And that's not nice, but that's how I live my life. I wasn't enjoying the ride. I was just trying to survive, and then you arrived. Well, that's totally wrong, because really, you've been on this flight all along. And the only reason that I was completely oblivious to you is because I was too busy playing a paranoid game of peekaboo at high altitudes. But luckily, on one of my rare peaks, you came into view. There's no prettier cloud pattern that's been prettier than your fuck. You know what I'm saying? You got my heart in a tailspin. You took all of my fears and my anxieties and you stuffed them in the overhead bin. So now I'm like, fuck a window seat. I want to be in a cockpit, staring death in the eye with you as co-pilot right by my side, because I'm finally ready to take a hold of my life and say, bring it on as we hurl through the sky. Yeah. Yeah. And there's a million metaphors that I can make about the Mile High Club. But there's way more beautiful things I want to say to you about flying, floating, and then falling in love. And there's going to be turbulence, but who cares? How can I think about that now that you're here with me up in the air? I mean, people, think about it. We're all flying. But while we are, I'm the lucky man that gets to hold your hand, and right about now, I don't really give a damn when or where we're ever having to land. Because I'm not in any hurry. And I'm sure not worried. And I tricked you all into listening to another cliche about enjoying life's journey. But you know what? This is my cliche. So instead of Mayday, I just want to say that I'm glad that you're with me for the rest of the way.